Like, what's this girl, Meghan Markle? Seemed like a nice lady, just complaining, trying to be a victim.
Oh my gosh, I worked so hard.
Ditto, listen to this. Meghan Markle to join the 11th season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Ugh, so thirsty for any kind of attention.
Water that I got from the spring in my backyard. Whatever you do, don't use tap water. I'm just gonna sneak a taste. You flower petal. H is always calling water water.
What do I authentically, organically want to share? I go back to the authenticity. I wanted to do what felt authentic. Have to be so authentic, but also to be authentic. Authentically share.
It's okay. Chris Rock just delivered the most brutal comedy takedown in Netflix history, and Meghan Markle was the main course. The comedian didn't hold back, calling out her bullshit with deadly accuracy. This wasn't your typical celebrity roast. This was like watching someone get their ass handed to them by their own therapist with a microphone and millions laughing. Rock started by exposing her most ridiculous claim, that she had no idea about the royal family's history.
Gone on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family. You didn't Google these motherfuckers?
The crowd went wild because Rock called out the obvious bullshit. You didn't Google the royal family? That's like saying you've never heard of pineapple on pizza. It was such an obvious lie. Rock then flipped her entire racism narrative on its head with a brilliant observation.
What the fuck is she talking about? She didn't know. The fuck? It's the royal family. They're the original racists.
Calling the royal family the original racists was genius because it made Meghan look like an idiot for not knowing what she was getting into. Rock basically said, of course they're racist, they invented the game, like what did you expect? Then Rock broke down what Meghan actually experienced versus what she claimed.
They're so racist, they're so racist. Some of that shit she went through was not racism. It was just some in-law shit.
Rock basically told everyone what they already knew. Half the shit Meghan complained about wasn't racism, it was just normal in-law drama. Every married person in America was probably nodding along, thinking, yeah, my mother-in-law sucks too, but I don't write books about it. Rock also dropped his most controversial bomb about their biggest Oprah revelation.
They're so racist, they wanted to know how brown the baby's gonna be. I'm like, that's not racist. Cause even black people wanna know.
Rock destroyed their racism narrative with one simple truth. He basically said, even black families wonder about baby colors. That's not racism, that's just curiosity. Rock made it sound like she was looking for racism everywhere just to complain about on Oprah. Rock's takedown opened the floodgates, and American comedians started lining up to take shots at the royal disaster couple. Andrew Schultz delivered the most brutal reality check about how Americans actually feel about their royal drama.
I mean this sincerely, Prince Harry and Meghan, we don't give a fuck. America don't give a fuck about you.
A lot of people care, dude.
We don't care about the royal family.
They got a Netflix show.
We never cared about nothing that had to do with y'all.
Schultz basically told them to get the hell out of America because nobody gives a shit about their problems. The man said what every American was thinking. We fought a war to get away from royal bullshit. Why are you bringing it here? It was like telling someone their sob story is boring at a party. But Nikki Glaser took a different approach, exposing what Meghan's real motivations were from the very beginning.
She wants to be famous. She found the guy to make her the most famous in the world, and now she's over there and she's like, oh, this isn't what I thought.
What's the point of being famous in a castle every day?
Glaser nailed it perfectly. Meghan wanted fame so badly she married into the most famous family on earth, then acted shocked when it came with baggage. It's like buying a house next to an airport, then complaining about the noise. Then Glaser delivered the most savage what-if scenario that had everyone cracking up.
If she didn't marry him, she would be on The Bachelor this season. Fighting for Prince. She would be Megan M. from Sherman Oaks barista. She just got lucky.
The Bachelor joke was absolutely ruthless because it painted the perfect picture of what Meghan would be doing if she hadn't bagged a prince. Just another wannabe actress fighting for scraps on reality TV, making lattes between auditions. The animated world wasn't about to let live-action comedians have all the fun. Cartoons jumped in with their own savage takedowns of Harry and Meghan's money-grabbing schemes. The Prince cartoon went straight for their ridiculous financial expectations and delusions of making Bezos-level money just by complaining about royal problems.
I think it's important we do this ourselves, Harry, and not live off your family.
We'll just have to find a way to make £50 billion on our own.
These two really thought they could leave the royal family, but still expect royal-level wealth. The cartoon nailed their complete disconnect from reality. The show also captured Meghan's desperate thirst for attention by imagining how far she'd sink for fame.
Ditto, listen to this. Meghan Markle to join the 11th season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Ugh, so thirsty for any kind of attention. I would die before I would be on her reality show.
From Duchess to reality TV mess, that's quite the character arc the cartoon predicted perfectly. But British comedy-spitting Image took the roasting to an entirely different level, with their brutal puppet show calling out Harry's complete lack of talent.
I'm here to tell my truth and make a shit ton of money out of podcasting, as I don't have any discernible talent.
The show absolutely destroyed what Harry brings to the table. Nothing except royal connections and daddy issues wrapped in podcast format. They also mocked Harry's complete laziness and entitled lifestyle that he's never outgrown.
Harry, you're such a moderate achiever. How do you stay at the top of the middle of your game?
An early start's important, so my butler Perkins gets up at 5 a.m. and does a 10K for me.
Having his butler run exercise for him captured how Harry expects everyone else to do the work while he takes credit for existing. The show kept hammering his obsession with royal status even after supposedly walking away from it all.
Then when he gets in, he wakes me up and Googles to see if I'm still fifth in line to the throne.
Fifth in line?
Yeah, if Kate and Wills have any more kids, I'll move down another notch.
Still checking if he's fifth in line is like quitting your job, then calling every day to see if you got promoted. The man clearly can't let go. Spitting Image also destroyed their Netflix deal by calling it exactly what it was, cashing in on royal drama for millions.
What about television? Do you have a Netflix account?
Yeah. It's got about $9 million in it.
Mamalado!
They basically called these two royal welfare recipients with better PR and Netflix accounts. The show perfectly captured their hypocrisy about cutting ties with family while still using that same family for profit.
And the way you've cut the American government down to size, I'm trying to do the same with my family.
It's like divorcing someone but keeping their credit cards. You can't have it both ways. The roasting didn't stop with professional comedians. Social media creators jumped in to absolutely destroy Meghan's cooking show and her desperate attempts to cling to royal titles. One moment from her Netflix show became pure viral comedy gold when she awkwardly corrected Mindy Kaling about using her maiden name.
I don't think anyone in the world knows that Meghan Markle has eaten Jack in the Box and loves it.
It's so funny too that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now.
That correction was so cringe, it practically begged to be mocked, and creators didn't disappoint with their brutal parodies.
My name is Megan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy Kaling.
The remixes turned her pretentious title obsession into comedy gold. Imagine being so insecure about your relevance that you correct people about calling you by your actual name. Creators also went after her ridiculous lifestyle content, exposing how she turns the most basic tasks into overly complicated nonsense.
How I prepare water for my guests. Some water that I got from the spring in my backyard. Whatever you do, don't use tap water. I'm just gonna sneak a taste. You flower petal. H is always calling water water, and there you have it.
The water preparation parody was absolutely perfect because it captured how Meghan makes everything sound fancy and important when it's just regular bullshit with better lighting. But creators didn't stop at mocking her show. They went after her entire toxic approach to family relationships.
Any type of flower arranging is just telling a story. What story do you want to tell? Maybe leave the country. Maybe disown your dad. Be creative with it.
Turning flower arranging into jokes about disowning your dad was dark comedy at its finest, calling out how she treats family like disposable props in her life story. Saturday Night Live turned Harry and Meghan into a recurring comedy goldmine, systematically destroying their relationship with brutal sketches that exposed their petty sibling rivalry. The show kicked off by highlighting William's baldness as an easy target for Harry's mockery.
And thank you for coming all the way here from London. That's
yes,
cool.
Michael, we'd like to apologise. Unfortunately, William's hair was unable to make it this evening. It's devastating.
SNL perfectly captured how these brothers can't stop taking shots at each other. Even during supposedly formal appearances, it's like watching grown men act like teenagers. But William wasn't about to take Harry's bald jokes lying down. So he fired back by targeting Meghan's failed acting career on Suits.
My brother's fiancée, Miss Meghan Markle, is on the American program Suits.
Yes, Wednesdays, 8 p.m, USA Network.
The only difference between that show and this is people watch this one.
That Suits viewership burn was absolutely absolutely brutal because it called out the obvious truth. Nobody actually watched that boring legal drama, which makes Meghan's acting credentials pretty worthless. SNL pushed the Suits mockery even further by suggesting the show was so boring it could literally put people to sleep.
Whenever the kids are being fussy and not going to bed, she puts on an episode of Suits and they're out. So, what are you doing? Ow! Stop it! Stop it!
Using Suits as a sleep aid for fussy kids was comedy genius because it captured exactly how mind-numbing and forgettable Meghan's acting career really was before she bagged a prince. The sketch ended with the brothers barely able to tolerate being in the same room together.
Thank you, and goodbye, said William's hair. Yes,
all right. Prince William and Prince Harry, everybody. What is this? What is that?
SNL nailed the dysfunction perfectly. Two grown men who can't stop fighting long enough to get through a simple appearance without trading insults. But nobody delivered a more comprehensive destruction than South Park, who dedicated an entire episode to exposing Harry and Meghan's biggest contradiction, begging for privacy while doing everything possible to stay in the spotlight. South Park perfectly captured their fundamental hypocrisy about wanting privacy while simultaneously seeking maximum attention through TV shows and magazine covers.
We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard. Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy.
The show nailed the obvious contradiction that everyone could see. You can't claim you want to be left alone while literally having your own television programs and celebrity friendships. South Park also went after Harry's victim memoir, painting him as someone born into ultimate privilege who still finds ways to complain about his hard life.
So let me start with you, sir. You've lived a life with the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, Where?
The writers brilliantly highlighted how ridiculous it sounds when the most privileged person on earth writes books about his suffering while hating journalists but becoming one himself. Then South Park delivered the knockout punch by exposing their true motivation behind moving to different locations.
Look at this town. There's just something about it. Oh, darling, I think this might be the place. It's so quiet and empty here. If we moved here, then people would think we're really serious about wanting to be normal.
That final line about wanting to seem normal instead of actually being normal was pure genius. It revealed that everything they do is calculated for public perception rather than genuine desire for privacy. The final nail in the coffin came from Family Guy, who perfectly summed up their entire post-royal existence as one giant cash grab disguised as victimhood.
Sir, your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
The cartoon captured their reality perfectly. Millions from Netflix for no one knows what, while doing $250,000 sponsored posts. It's the ultimate grift. Get paid massive amounts for basically nothing while still playing the victim card whenever convenient. From Chris Rock's brutal honesty to animated shows' merciless mockery, the entertainment world has reached a unanimous verdict. Harry and Meghan are comedy gold precisely because they're such obvious frauds.